Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my Facebook and YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. Today is Monday, which is April the 8th. Now, I did not record on yesterday. Sundays, I typically do my spiritual reading, light and dark, before, other things that was going on. I was not able to record, so I'm doing that today. So I'd like to start off by saying that this podcast, Facebook, and YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes, informational, educational purposes. It depends on which podcast you listen to. If you go on my podcast platform, which is on Spreaker.com, you'll find a variety of topics involving the paranormal, occult, supernatural. On my on my Spiritual Sense podcast, I have Health Matters, Holistic Health, Magic Mind Medium, True Crime Podcast, as well as Motherland. So you can listen to whichever one on there, okay? So again, it is for entertainment purposes. So I'd like to start off with my prayer. Father Supreme, being of all being, thank you for waking me, family, and friends alike up this morning to see another day. Continue to bless us and shield us from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. As it is said, it is so. I declare and I decree. I want to also mention that this podcast, Facebook, and YouTube channel is optional. If it just so happened to come up in your feeds, just click the X box and exit off of there. I want it to be for those who have a true interest in it. I don't do taunting spirits too well, um, because it mentions to me, I get spiritual inclination being a magic mind medium, that the saying that the biblical text reference to about God likes a cheerful giver. God likes a cheerful giver. And what does that mean? Well, oftentimes you'll find that many people will give you something just to turn around and prove a point or have something to say about it or to see what you would do. If you're going to give from the heart and go forward. You have many people want to give so they can sit back and study and control you as to what you do with your funds. Of course, we know we don't go out and partake in some things that are not right with the funds, but that's what it wanted me to convey to those who may be subscribers or who may be listening in to be nosy or pass time. If you're not going to give from the heart, we don't need it. Now, this is what the medium wants me to convey to you, whoever is watching, that is not here for means to be positive in promoting the channel. Because you got some people that wants to come in your life to be nosy so they can break you down. We don't need them. It's what it wants me to convey to whomever. Okay. So I had to put that out there because, like I mentioned, I get these inclinations and what have you, and when I'm in my state of sleep and wakefulness, when a message is needed to be conveyed, and I'm just a messenger, honey. Because I do have about seven followers or what have you. Um, I don't know how many. It's not that many subscribers, and that's totally fine. Um, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to proceed with uh, the reading. Um, I think as we get older in life and go through the milestone, God reveals things to us. Um, it's what I feel. Like we all have common sense, common knowledge, yeah. But I think a higher sensibility, what that is. And what do I mean by that? Like, it's just annoying. It's just a knowing, not annoying, knowing that he will bestow upon you about things. That's the only way I can put it. Okay. Um. So that being said, um, I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna do a past, present, future 3 card with my urban tarot card. I like these urban tarot for those who may be tuning in and you're looking to start off with some cards. These urban tarot are really good. They're more practical, realistic type of readings. I'm gonna do. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do 3. I'm gonna do a past, present, future with my urban tarot. I'm also, let's get this out the way. I'm also going to do what? Release, embody, and action with my Mrs. Cleo's tarot deck cards. What you need to release, what you need to surround yourself around, and what action you need to take to do that. So we're gonna go with 1, 2, and I'm gonna stay in the middle. 3. Alrighty. Past, present, future. I have to put my microphone up. It sounds better on my podcasting the microphone, so that's the purpose of it. Okay, so in this reading, in the past, I have futility. We know futility means uselessness or perhaps not important. Something in the past. I have the moon card here as the present. Now I'm going to pull up my guide and we're going to read what the moon represents based on the. Well, based on the guide, the moon represents secrets, illusion, mystery, intuition, and subconscious. Um, and then I have this here, the day trader, Prince of Disc, the day trader. I honestly feel as though this reading is applicable to someone who is holding secret. You know, I did a podcast episode last week regarding that. When I said that I felt as though somebody was holding a family secret and it's weighing on you. I think you are holding a secret, like this is different than a secret. Like I think what's going on is more or less kind of like a whistleblower. Like you was brought in to shed light about a industry or a spiritual duty or a spirit related job field. That's what I feel. And I think you had a more sensible, practical sense of how life really works. Um, well, basically, the secret is such as that. Uh, how God works and how spirit works and how everything comes into place. That's essentially what the secret is. And how a lot of things is in your mind. It's an illusion. It's your imagination manifesting itself. A lot of people haven't come to that grips. So that's basically what the secret is. I have 9 of swords. 9 of swords. Now, what does 9 represent? Well, we know swords has a lot to do with the relates to the mind, intellect, actions. knowledge, power, and change. Nine represents wisdom, fruition, and achievement. So I honestly feel as though when you, and I have that as the um, release, meaning what they was trying to play on your mind is what it lets me know. Um, I think as you can take a look at this card, nine of what swords, they was trying to play on your mind to get you, just put it this way, when something is a fantasy or not real, like it's real but it's not real, if that makes any sense, it's not a reality. When you're dealing with tantra spirits or you're dealing with certain spirit um spirits, people, or what have you, um they will oftentimes tap into capabilities apart from what they have been formally trained or what have you to do. This is a gift, and you will begin to see that oftentimes when you see things or you things has been revealed to you about how this life experience really works, they would try to get you out of a situation. I think this is what that is in terms of you, because you're able to see things for what it really is versus not. Like these are spirits that manifest themselves in our time and existence. The same similar spirits that happened back in biblical times or whenever, and you'll begin to have an understanding, if that makes any sense. Like you have received that higher sensibility about how life really works. I have three of staffs. This is what I have as surrounding. Now we know three is groups expansion and expression. I think this is why, and I have it close to this so-called secrets. I feel as though you are. It's not that you know it all, because no one knows it all. But I think certain things have been bestowed upon you to where you begin to question your own intellect. You're placed in situations where you're wondering, oh my gosh, is it me? What's going on? It's not you. This is God making things apparent to you about how things really work. Something lets me know that the ones that you're around in your spiritual duty, profession, or even spirit related job field have not grasped that understanding. And oftentimes when people feel as though that you think you're better or look down on them, they will come against you. But God will already show them in your whole aura when some things has become apparent to you. So that's essentially what that curiosity is, because you will begin to see it. Words just can't explain it. Okay. The next card that I get, Page of Staffs. Um, I think this right here lets me know why you have oftentimes this disconnect where you don't feel it. You feel like you're in a league of your own, as they would say, or you up against the world by yourself. Well, this is why, because certain things haven't become apparent to individuals, and this is how God lets you know that. Um, in other words, put it in layman's terms to where they can understand why the biblical text was written as such. Plain and simple. Let's see. So let's get a little bit of, let's go ahead and get into your background. Let's get into your background. I dropped my cards. I'm not going to say that's a sign today, but let's get into your background. Let's get into your background. I'm gonna do things a little different today. I'm just gonna pull out two of these past history cards today. Leaving or traveling. So I honestly feel as though that you are a spirit channeler. Most of us are. You're able to tap. This is a part of being intuitive or having intuition where you're able to tap into the sensibility of people that you haven't even met. Like you would take on their impressions like their oral. It's like a blanket that shrouds you. That's what that is. Something lets me know this happens to you in during certain times of the day. Perhaps before horizon is what it lets me know. Between the hours of 4 and 6 o'clock, where you get your psychic abilities or spiritual information from your spirit guides are most around you. I have Atlantis. Um, when I pull this card, oftentimes it's like lost, civilized. You are not lost. You're very civilized. You perhaps are around those who are lost and don't really have that understanding. And I'm not saying that to be condescending or to speak down on anybody, because nobody is better than the next one. Some people may feel as though they are, they're not. But the awareness is what I'm trying to get at. Now let's pull your love. Well, how is things are in terms of love, 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 love? Something lets me know that you are on a higher wavelength. A higher wavelength. That's what it lets me know. I'm not saying this to you to be facetious. You have some people they will fill you up to bring you down. That's not what I'm doing because that's not my forte. I want you to be aware of those that gravitates to you, that push you up to facilitate some things that are not favorable for you. That's what I want to let you know. Because you're going to oftentimes find that taunting spirits are mocking spirits. They'll say they're for you, but ultimately they're not. They're for to set you up. Photograph. So something lets me know that um by way of your spirit guides, I think they work on you in terms of images between those times, and that's how you're able to gain your sensibility, like a photograph, like shot, a picture. That's how you're able to know. Coffee cup. I honestly feel as though you're a very good person. You are a very good person, is what I feel. And what do I mean by that? You have a heart of gold, as they would say. You really care about people, and you're able to detect um, those around that truly don't. Not today. Card. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding conversation, call, person boundary, still angry. I honestly feel as though um, your spirit guides are wanting to keep you away from certain energies right now. I honestly do. You know, I understand that if you sit back and listen to everything everybody tell you, you'll never be happy in this life experience. Trust me, I know. But with certain situations, when it's life or death, it is important to you for you to listen to, because God is going to guide you to who you should listen to. Hey, I'm not telling you necessary to listen to me necessarily, but I want to enlighten you about how this life experience really works. All right, so we have one, two, and three. Let's get your thoughts, faith, and belief. Thoughts, faith, and belief. So the secret is just as that. That's basically what the secret is. The secret is such as that. A lot of things are based on the mind. You can't be so quick to react based on everything that presents to you, because you're going to find that people speak in code and they use ambiguous terms and a spirit of confusion, and then they'll manifest. And because I am confused, I have a lot of things going on in my head, I only can go to what I can see versus what I know. So you got some people, when they get angry, they want to react. And I need somebody to focus that energy on. So something lets me know I'm speaking to somebody who is perhaps a domestic violence victim, to where you've been paired with this person who has some mental concerns and battles and challenges. And I wanted to make it known to you that in this life experience, we are exposed to so many different spirits and energies that when it gets to plaguing in our mind, and we have not been guided, or we don't want to listen, I need to focus on somebody, because this is who I see. And I think this is the situation with you. You're being targeted because of because the person sees you. And this is what the secret is about how life truly works. Okay? Thoughts, faith, and belief. I have Knight of Pentacles. Now, what does Pentacles it says it relates to material aspects of life, career, finance, business, and possession. Well, you're going, and the Knight is a representation of action. Knight cards are action oriented, focused on the voyage. These cards can represent young adults. So I honestly feel as though this is what that is in this situation. You see how you had the little dragon there and all of this other stuff. I think that when you're dealing with someone that has a battle in the mind and who has been deceived and don't want to hear proper direction, listening to the wrong people, paying attention to the wrong people, you was placed with this person and was encouraged, so the focus can be on you. Oddly enough, I know how sad that may sound. I know how sinister that may sound. I know how uh, foolish that may sound. Trust me, I know. The next card I have Ace of Wands. Well, what is Wands? Wands relates to willpower and life force, passion, creativity, ego, and personality. I honestly feel as though this is in relation to passion, passion. Like you, the secret about this is you are aware of how things work in this life experience. You are aware of that. The next card I have is the Hierophant card. Hierophant card. Let me see if I have this on my guide. I don't think. Oh, I do. Spiritual wisdom, leadership, tradition, and institutions. So that in itself lets me know that it's institutional. You know how they say racism is institutional. That means it has been implemented in a lot of your settings that are quote professional or even governmental or kosher or standard. I think and please, I don't want anybody to get upset because these are my opinions. This podcast, Facebook, and YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes, but I honestly feel as though this so-called battered women syndrome is such as that. It's what I feel. It's institutional. It's just annoying that have come to me. And I'm not going to sit here and say not to be sensitive to those who may be experiencing that. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. It's not. Now I'm going to proceed with family history. Let's get a little bit of background on your family history and see what the cards mentions and regarding that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull up my Egyptian tarot and then we're going to proceed. Let's see what it mentions. What does the card have in terms of family history and background? What the cards say? And then I wasn't going to do a dark reading, but I will do a dark reading. All right, so Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, which is a minor arcana card. So we're going to go all the way down to the minor arcana cards. And we're going to go down to the Wands. All right, let's go up to the Wands. I bypassed them. All right, so we know the Wands to represent what? Relates to willpower and life force, passion, creativity, ego, and personality. It's what we know about the Wands. Nine represents wisdom, fruition, and achievement. So this right here gives me a sensibility about this so-called secret. The golden scarab. One of the most important amulets, carefree scarab, protects the heart and emotions in particular. So, in other words, when you are aware of certain things and you can see through bull crap, so to speak, you are to be shielded and protected, particularly when you're around those individuals who naysay and don't want to hear. Positive, I have suspension of activities already underway. So I honestly, I want it to be known that we don't want, there's no desire to keep one from living his or her potential in situations such as this. But there is an alert when You are in the company of those who are not of your um, well being. Intuition of danger. Is that I just mentioned this? It's tapping into that sensibility to where you know to leave this energy alone. It's not worth it. It's not purposeful. You don't need it around. Need for coordination. So we need to begin to get some sensibility in terms of synchronicity. Okay. Now we have the negatives. This is what will come at you: obstacles, adversities, calamities, second thoughts, inner conflicts, and nostalgia. So when you begin to take on or have a lot of these things present to you. Um, this is the reason is when you have some negative energies that are around that is not favorable for you, and that's the God's Son is true. Okay. Now, the next card we're going to pull, what is your life's purpose? I understand that, well, how can I live and have a rewarding, fulfilling life if every little thing that happens is a sign that some negative energy is around me? What kind of life would I live in such a way if it's always that? Well, you will have, that's what the wisdom comes in, so you would know the difference. It's the point. And that's what paranormal activity comes from, is the ability to know when it's despite of bad luck, karma, or what have you. The next card I have is this. This is the life's purpose card. Talk to your angels. This is a message from God. You need to talk to your angels instead of worrying. Ask for divine guidance. There's a energy apart from your own, and you're gonna find that certain taunting spirits who have fell away from grace and God begin to curse God or tempt God to facilitate a supernatural interaction. That is the truth. You'll find that. That is true. All right, let's go ahead. Outdoors. Archangel Jophiel, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So I honestly feel as though God wants you to connect with things that are more relevant, outdoors even, to ease your mind. Because he will begin to, even in the animals, birds, bees, he'll send a message. And that's the God's Son is true. Again, this podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook is for entertainment purposes. Inner work. I pulled this the other day. So he's wanting to work on you introspectively. He wants to work on the inside of you. That's what he wants. God brings me ideal situations for my inner healing. As I become aware of my weaknesses, I turn it into strengths. I direct my thoughts towards the light and see the positive side of every stage of my life. Darkness turn into courage, thus I get stronger. I think he's building you up strongly. I do believe that you have prophetic gifts. Prophetic. Prophetic gifts. Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? I give myself all the love and attention I need. That's your mantra for today. Because I do believe that you get a higher sensibility of a part of, despite of. I do. I honestly do. Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna do a dark reading or what have you, because we want to see you have already been made aware about this so-called dark secret called the battered woman syndrome, or what, domestic violence. I think God has enlightened you on that and how emotional exploitation breaks the will and the spirit, and they get these energies to work in certain spiritual duties. That's what it lets me know. And you have been groomed for your spiritual duty as such. Is what it lets me know, is what the cards lets me know. To get you to not care about certain things is what it lets me know. Oh Lord. Alrighty. So you got to understand that there are certain energies out here that begins to um target certain people to facilitate an agenda, to um keep things going. And life doesn't happen nothing as you think it does. You have to be very careful. You got certain energies out here that are that oversee certain people, so it can continue to um live on. Certain, you're gonna find that certain professions, spiritual duties are a figment of your imagination. They don't supposed to exist. But they have to get out here and do things a different way to continue to happen. And you would get that inner knowing. You would get it. Because if I don't exist, then I will begin to what? Die off. I have the world. I think it has been bestowed upon you as such. I do. I think that revelation has come to you. That's what I feel. The world card mentions completion, accomplishment, fulfillment, and wholeness. So I think this is what, because when I get these cards here, it's going to give you the dark, like the realism. Excuse me, bear with me. It's going to give you the realism. There's a feeling of inadequacy because it could be put out. It's the point. Like it is really scrunging for to stay pretty much stay in business, stay alive, keep things going. Have this card here as well. Um, so I think this is why you was paired with certain individuals who that on a darker side, their revelation has come to them. On a darker side, the more realistic side. I have Wheel of Fortune here. So you'll begin to see um I'm fighting for my survival. I'm fighting for my survival is what it mentions. It has good luck, change, destiny, life cycles, and harmony. I think the key word in this situation is destiny. In other words, uh, we know what destiny is. We know destiny is pretty much longevity, like what you focus on, the voyage, the journey. I honestly believe that. Now let's go ahead. We're gonna pull this one of these cards here. The next card I have is it says the Buck Moon 20 prepare. So prepare or preparation in this instance is what did I say? Things have already been put in stone prior to. And what does that mean? The groundwork for what's to come, the voyage, the destiny, years to come has already been put in place. So that's what it means when it says, quote, curse or spiritual branded. These things have been spoken and set in stone. And if you fall suit, you will become that. You will become a self fulfilling prophecy. It will manifest itself into your life. Once that inclination comes to you, you will see why you always have a desire to change one appearance or even identity. This is why. This is God giving you discernment about how energy works. You have the same energies today, yesterday, 100 years ago, 500 years, 1,000 years ago. It's the same cycle. It's the same, it's a revolving cycle. History repeats itself. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to pull out these demon cards now. And it's going to get to the root of the issue. I just told you what the demon was. I told you the demon comes by way of different scenarios, themes, schemes, and things of that sort. Is always searching, 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 searching to find a way to devour. That's what the enemy is brought here to do. Always scouring and searching. Now, we have two cards here. I have Three of Swords. Three represents groups, expansion, and expression. Swords relates to the mind and intellect, action, knowledge, power, and change. Something lets me know, it shows me a pretty much an angel of death. It comes out to look for its prey. That's what it's showing me in my mind's eye right now. Like it's scrawling, looking for its prey. Steals treasures from kings. It's Rom. Rom. Steals treasures from kings. Destroys cities and the dignities of men. Tells of things past, present, and future. Causes love between friends and foes. So, in other words, advertently, because of this negative energy, when you are what? Groups expansion expression, meaning when you are together and you know what you know, what you know, what you know about each other, you cannot let no man put asunder. In other words, because you know what you know, what you know. That's what it lets me know. The next card I have, it says Knight of Cups, Bella. Knight of Cups. Now, Cups relates to feelings and emotions, creativity, relationship, intuition, and compassion. Knight cards are action oriented and focused on the voyage. Um, so causes all the love that many be. I'm sorry, causes all the love that may be both of men and of women. So I honestly feel as though this right here is a demon. It's a sex demon. And I believe this sex demon perpetuates a lot of this um, battle in the mind and causes confusion and divide in a person to react based on his own inner embarrassment, shame, as such. Like I'm going to tell you, I'm going to push up and encourage you to be a womanizer, and then I'm going to convict you of it. So that's what that spirit of confusion is coming from. You don't know which way to go. You all over the place. This is speaking to the negative energy, because I know this reading was focused on the person who I felt as though may be a um, victim of domestic violence. Well, this is to speak to those demons that are plaguing the person that you may be in a relationship or was in a relationship. The battle is in the mind, not enough guidance. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my. I've been forgetting to do my moonology cards. I'm gonna pull my moonology card, and then we're gonna end. We're going to end. Adjustments are required third quarter moon. So there are going to be some changes. I don't know if you are still in this situation and can't get out of this situation, but something lets me know that there is some things behind the scenes that's going to happen, because you're going to take those who give a damn and who can see it to make some changes. But I do show that it is coming, because like I mentioned, what 2024 is what? The year for transformation. Things are going to begin to change, because I do feel as though when you are encased in a reality, it's kind of like a torpedo or even a tornado. You cannot get out of it. You cannot get out of it. That's the point. It's like, I can't get out. No matter what I do, it's always something. That's why things are going to change for you. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense, light and dark reading. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or a topic for a future show, you're more than welcome to comment below. Until then, have a safe and